Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is your girl, Mommy So True. Thank you so much for being here. This is another episode of Survivor to Survivor. You guys, I am introducing another survivor to you all, sharing his story about what he has gone through with narcissistic abuse. So I'm here offering the freedom and the space for us to hear from a fellow survivor. So, hey, survivor, how are you doing today? How's it going?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Long day, long week actually, but yeah,
Yeah.
everything's all right. Long week.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you standing up today and talking to us to share your story. Is narcissistic abuse something you've been dealing with your entire life?
Well, now that you see it, it almost makes me wonder it was my middle brother, like narcissist. That it's like when you see it now, like no, my mother wasn't my stepfather. He was a drinker, so it's kind of like yeah. When you look at it now, it's kind of see like, yeah, my stepfather could have been one. My middle brother, yeah, I can almost see that now. Just the things he does and the things he done when I was a child, yes. So besides that, yeah,
Okay, I got
yeah.
you.
I grew up in well, pretty much grew up in the projects or whatever. But it was a single mom. It was three of us. Actually, it was more than that with cousins or whatever. But it was three of us in projects. Then my mom, we moved out to the south suburbs area, and she met an older guy, and he was not that great to me and my brothers. He was, but he wasn't. So besides that, yeah, like we had a decent upbringing. It wasn't too horrible. Not after when I was a teenager, I started working when I was young. So
As far as friends and socializing, were you kind of isolated growing up, or have you always had a good sense of healthy friendship relationships in your life?
when you think about it, yeah, I had a lot of friends, a lot of people I know. Um, it was a lot of people that seemed like, I guess because I was deemed that I'm smarter, that a lot of people tend to probably come draw towards me because of that. But I always had a job. Like I hired a bunch of my friends when I was younger, But yeah, it was like I had a great amount of friends, all different races, yeah,
Okay.
all kinds. So
So you're open-minded. You're not
yeah,
okay.
I'm very, yeah, very.
I know that you've encountered a couple of narcissistic relationships as a man living in this world. I really was curious to know when really did you think about how that relationship might have been narcissistic? Is it because of what you recently just went
No,
through?
I started looking it up. I started researching because I can never figure out what the hell was wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why everything started to make sense. First, it was just like trauma. Then I got narcissist, and there wasn't a lot of videos like 10 years ago. Well, it was, but it wasn't not like it is now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I didn't know. I never knew what it was because I went through. We went to church. We talked to pastors. We talked to friends, and I'm just like, I don't really get what because I didn't. I never got what went on, and that's why it's funny. Like hindsight, it was like I was gonna talk about childhood, and actually both of my narcissist relationships come from the same bad childhood that they had. They share the same similar childhood, and that's what it's kind of it sucks, but it's just like it's I feel that makes somebody feel bad for them, but that's what it's like. Now that's how I figured out like what it was, and I was just like, man, I'd never do that again. So
Gotcha.
I found,
Okay.
I found another one.
So let's talk about it. So it sounds like you currently went through a situationship or so
Yeah.
where do you want to begin with that? I want to now open the floor for you to share
Hmm.
a story about this and what you're now going through.
Yeah, well, I'm part of a big friend group here. We got like a big car club with Jeeps. So I met this young lady through my club. And actually I wasn't really dating no one. I'd go out and she was dating someone else or whatever. But I guess we was just hanging out party one time at a birthday party. Well, actually two birthday parties. We was hanging out at some birthday parties and pretty much we just got along. She seemed a little kind of attached to me a little bit. I don't think that was a love bomb yet or whatever. But yeah, we just pretty much got along, and that's how we pretty much met. And then, pretty much really like right after that, it was like Yeah, I would say love bomb is like, it was some things about it that I really, really liked a lot. And some things, just the look, the style, she didn't have no kids, made a, decent amount of money, I guess, whatever, it don't matter, but just had her head on straight. She seemed like, I mean, like a total opposite of what she is now, but just had her head on straight. Seems all these are seems everything's well with her career, college, educated, you know, and then after that, it just pretty much went good for about a little while, what month, two maybe. And I know you talk about like the love bomb, and I had a feeling with that. See, like I said, when I went through this before, I know some signs to look for. I know to try to look for people that's there to use you and stuff like that or whatever. But the love bomb doesn't. I'll tell you this. This love bomb was a little crazy, kind of crazy,
Okay.
like very, very like I can't get graphic on it, but it was just so strong. Like, and it's like, well, you really don't have to do all that. One thing is that she's a little younger than me. Well, a little younger than me. She's like 10 years younger than me. So I thought maybe it was because of like the age difference. But you know, besides that, yeah. But the love bomb was really strong. So, you know what I'm saying? So besides that, yeah, that was the love bomb started, lasted what? I don't know, 2 months, maybe 2 months. So then when we decided, so we were still like I was dating, well, we weren't dating, she was dating other people. I was pretty much just kind of like leaning towards I would go out. But besides that, so we after we decided on like making this official, whatever, um, that's when it all just pretty much started to happen after that. Like total opposites of everything. So well, we decided to like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna, make this, and we it just pretty much how every issue started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a couple of questions. You
Yeah.
said when you met her, she was seeing someone else. So
Yeah.
when did that relationship end?
Um, Pretty much, I guess we were like a few weeks before ours began, or whatever, with what she says. She wasn't really feeling the guy, or whatever, and she was feeling me. I was feeling like this was the time, like with this stage, we were hanging out like crazy. Like we go out, like lots of places, restaurants, take walks, do this. Just uh, she always there, she always here, just together. And he was pretty much out of town or whatever. He actually wasn't. He was from Atlanta, so yeah. So he come visit, but she kind of liked him, but it seems like she really liked me more. She tended to me more, so that was the thing there. So it was there's pretty much about a couple of weeks or so. But I was just dating. I was not like sleeping away, just dating with, just going out from time to time. But when it came to her, when I met her, that really slowed down. And then it was just mostly focused on her.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you know how long her relationship with that person lasted?
Not long, not long. I don't, not long at all.
Okay.
Uh, no, not long at all. Not as long as ours did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said yours lasted how long again?
February to now, so I'd say about 6 months. I guess together, like his thing together. If you want to say together, we only known each other. How about this? We only known each other a total about 8 months, 7, 8 months. Relationship was so let's say about 6 months. Good 6 months.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So my last question is during this love bomb phase that you've mentioned, you said it was intense. Is this sexual?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So she was it her initiating all of that?
Yeah. Not all. Well, yeah. Yeah. Mostly her. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
So
bad. Yeah.
okay. So the constant going out, hanging out, dating, it was mostly that physical connection that she was building with you.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I was building another kind of connection because then, but see, once I think about it now, it's kind of when you think about it, I was like, none of that was kind of real at all. It was all projection towards me. So now when I think about it, like I was thinking I was building a mental and like a good relationship with her, a good rapport with her. Then seemed like she had some other agenda the whole time. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So you said about a month or two, you guys, you've been hitting it off. You finally
Yeah.
decide to make it official, and then she changes. What did she change?
Everything. I mean, what do you want to? I mean, it's everything. Everything you knew, like everything. Well, everything you knew, everything I knew. Like,
Mhm.
um, some things were still good though. So, like, some things were good. It's just like it literally started with uh, petty arguments, and I mean super petty. Like, I mean, things that normal people shouldn't argue about or find like a problem. Um, just things like seems like the irk her now that you thought was that she thought was cute before, but you thought that was sweet, and you wonder like so then so I can it's so many like you know I don't even know where to start. The arguments were so petty. It's arguments about spaghetti, or it's arguments about how you drive. Well, I don't like the way you drive. What is this? And it's that. And you're like, what's your issue? It seemed like more controlling. It was arguments about, you know, uh, the restaurant or the food, or it just was always something.
Okay.
And it didn't, at first, it wasn't that bad at first, but then it gradually got worse like every week or so after that. It was always arguing about, I run a small business here, so yeah, I'm not the best on time. So if I have to move around real fast, if I say I'll be there at 7, I get there like 7:13, it was a problem. It's the whole night's ruined, and I'm just like, no, this ain't ruined. We still gonna make it. We still gonna be in time. So that's like things were her pet peeves. Now her pet peeves that wasn't really an issue before.
Okay.
So that made things really hard. It kind of like changed my mindset with it. Yeah.
Because you switched up. Okay.
Very.
Okay. And you guys were not living together, right?
No, 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 no.
Okay. All right. So fast forward, she's starting to change, right? And you're noticing these changes. What
Mhm.
type of things were you doing to maybe try to help her, or did you bring it up, or did you ignore these things? How did you handle the sudden switch up with her?
I try to be understanding. So her childhood background, she explained to me, was not good. And so I tried to be cognizant of that. So I know certain things I can say. And I always thought about that. So I always thought about that. So her childhood background was like pretty bad. And so she was just like jealous. She's jealous of the bartender. She's jealous of our friends, the girls in our friends group that are actually her friends too. And it was so I had to almost like change my ways to like accommodate her from being angry or upset. And it just, but it was so many things I had to switch up. Like, I was trying to be accommodating because she'll like literally have an argument over anything. Um so yeah, I always had to I always say like kiss ass, but it's kind of like, don't say nothing, let her have her moment, try not to, don't argue back with her. And then yeah, that's about it. Just try to that. But then it seemed like the time when I didn't argue back with her, she just kept going. So it is like nothing that I would have did. If I would have argued back with her, she liked it. She kept arguing. If I didn't argue back, she would just keep arguing. Or to just keep just talking, just keep poking, just keep poking. So it's like nothing I would do. The only thing I can get out of it is I would have to go to my house or go home. Or just end the end of the day right there. Because it was at first it wasn't like that much, but when it got a little later, it got like that.
So throughout this time, while you guys are constantly arguing over petty stuff,
Yeah.
did either of you ever want to break up, or is this something she was
Yeah, she did.
sorry? Okay, so she always wanted to break up after these fights.
Yeah. So we all took a trip down to Florida. Well, we took a trip to Atlanta first, and then we from Atlanta went to Florida and to this big beach event. And it was just, this was still new in the beginning, so it's cool. So it's like, how you take a trip with someone, you see how long you last. We was gonna spend what 7 or 8 days together. So as long as we ain't, getting there, we should be good. So we get to Florida first few, get to Atlanta, then we get to Florida. First few days are cool. Then it starts when all our friends come down there. It seems like when we get to our big friend group, it seemed like she wanted to always impress her friends. Well, her friends, our friends with her. And I'm just like, we really don't, we really don't have to do all that. So she wanted, like, we're at the hotel. She wants to buy everybody drinks just computer here. She wants to buy everyone drinks because, she makes okay money or whatever. So she wants to buy everybody drinks. And I was just like, no, you don't need to spend $500 on drinks when you don't need to. So she got upset because she didn't have a credit card and I had mine, and I told her, no, I don't want to spend this much money on alcohol. She was like, well, my card in the room. So I'm just like, all right. So she was just like, she was so upset. So she sat down there like a child. So then after that, we went up to the room after we got some food or whatever, and she was literally crying over it. She was like crying, talking about I'm controlling. I was like, no, I ain't controlling. I'm just not going to spend my money on something that you wanted, especially that. So, and after that, so that whole trip was a little funny. So when on our way home from there, she was just like, I have some issues that, when we get back home, I'm gonna go, start going to therapy. And I was like, all right, cool. We'll work it out. Like, I work with you a little bit. We still, whatever. So then that's when the therapy comes. So that's why when I say that, I was just like, every time she'll bust out, with random argument, that this was still in the account at the beginning. So now when we talk about all the random arguments about whatever, that's where I come back to this, like, she needs some help, I'm, work with a little bit, so that's where that comes from.
Okay, so you always felt bad for her, and that's why you continued the relationship.
Well, she has good qualities, but it's like, yeah, that's what's kept me longer than what I should have.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So when did things start changing for you? What was happening in between that
Yeah.
couple of months period where you guys are now official
Mm-hmm.
and you're noticing this person may not be who you thought they were? What was happening or what happened?
Oh man, I got some funny stories. I got some long stories. I'll try to compile it, but well, it's just random things like money issues. I don't know if she's always lied to me about money or not, but for some odd reason, I was always, now I'm a gentleman or whatever. I always try to at least pay for, most of the stuff. But I end up having money issues after a while. And I couldn't understand it because I just had like a lawsuit settlement. And then, in the summertime, my business is a little slow. So you just got to really like chill out till like August until things get better. And so, but from like June to August, almost September, it felt like she was on like a constant money spending spree. Now she says she has these like likes to do all things all summer. So I was like, I really can't take vacations like that. She would take a vacation like every 2 months, every month. And like vacations like not out of the country, but like Mexico, yeah, it's out of the country, whatever. But like vacations that cost a lot, like no staycations and stuff like that, like take vacations that cost thousands. And I was like, I can't really do this like every month, especially in the summertime. And I'm like, even if I could, I don't, like, that's not me. Like, I got to be here to run a business.
Yeah.
So my money issues started to get a little funny. And besides that, like, she's a heavy drinker. And I thought I drank a decent amount. She is a drinker. And it's not like an angry drunk or a nice drunk. It seems like her attitude is the same no matter what. Okay. So besides that, so all the things happening, like, so the money issues, like, she wants to do all the things, like all the events that come. So go to the Drake concert, we go to Drake concert, and there's a problem. She would seem like she would try to find a problem out of things that should be fun. I think it's just a random problem. So we're at a Drake concert, we're up in the skybox, we're we got bartender food, everybody's laughing, having a good time. Then when some of our other friends shows up, I call it our friends, they're mostly my friends, but that it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like it's we're a friend group that I was in first, so they know me. They knew me like a year or two longer than they know her. They're pretty much just her friend because they're being nice to me. That's what my friends tell me. Because they seen apparently my friends see them on the writing on the wall way before I did.
Mm.
So that's what I was told later. I'm like, y'all could have gave me this heads up back in March. But besides that, whatever, it's all good. Because I see some sides too, but I'm just going on. So yeah, we're Drake concert, but she will always get upset when, I'm dancing with, friends. They're friends. They dance with other girls, or we sing, we go to with the Drake concert, we just having a good time, everybody's chilling, everybody's having a good time, and she would find a problem. She was just like, I didn't like the shirt you picked out. I'm just like, it's dark, okay, there could be valid points, but it's like it's not the end of the world. Like, and 90% of the time, it's nothing I did to get upset about. Nothing I did personally.
Yeah.
So that's where, but it's like that. That's like, just we do just it don't matter going for walks and she would I can feel like she would like when we talk about things and like sometimes you can feel when like you can tell when like the disagreement might turn into an argument, so you kind of want to let something go and not talk about it. She would keep pushing the issue and I was just like, this is about to turn into an argument, so just let her try to work it out herself. Nope. And it would like turn in like a go walk on the beach, turn a 2 mile walk, a 4 mile walk, and on the way back it's just a total different person. Sometimes it wouldn't even be like an hour if you think about it. Like if and I think about it, problem out of nowhere, a random argument, and you wonder like what the hell is like I didn't like the way you and I can't use no name. Me and one of my friends, we did karaoke. You like her, you like dark skinned girls. You like her, you like where did that come from? Like this is something you couldn't mention if this bothered you. This something you couldn't mention 2 weeks ago. You just find it now, or you seem like you just find things out of the air to be upset about.
Mm.
And
Wow.
it was so mentally like confusing. And since I went through this before, I was starting to get the point. All this is going on every week, so she's still saying she's going to get help. And but it was an excuse why she didn't.
So
So
she never did get that help.
no, not now. Never got help. No. So yeah, but besides that, yeah. So I'll be doing the most. Come over. So we try to do things to save money. Come over the house, cook. Somehow is a problem with that. I will buy flowers. Let me ask you this, because I will buy flowers, right? This is something I want to know. I'll buy some flowers, right? So the flowers, decent flowers. I come up with some flowers or whatever. Like, hey, your day, whatever. Now, why does like her flowers like? I have flowers in my house because I got an accident. My flowers last around. Why does flowers in her house? They don't last at all. They dead in a day or two.
Ooh, energy.
Yeah, I already knew the answer. I just wanted to ask you that.
When those people were around, all the flowers in my house were dying, and
Yeah.
I was like, is it my hands? I mean,
So
it was
she asked me, she's like, yo, you bought some cheap ass flowers. I'm like, you out your damn mind. I bought them good roses, and I know how much they cost. They ain't no cheap like Walmart roses. I mean, those are nice. And they literally fribbled, like they usually curled over to the side. And you like, damn, I mean, I've been gone for 2 days. I'm like, why are these wrong? She's like, oh, because I live in a garden apartment, don't get a lot of sun. I'm like, man, look, I set some flowers in my kitchen and they don't get no sun. They still last over a week and a half. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. So then after a while, it just seemed like it was like nothing. Let me see. It seemed like it was nothing. It seemed like nothing could be right. Nothing could be right. And it was seemed like most things was a competition. And I like to cook, so she'd be like, "My cooking's better than yours." I'm like, "All right, good, you cook. Let me see." So I'm like, so she made, and everything she made, I hate to say it sounds like it's bogus, but everything she made wasn't so good. I was like, "Why you gonna be in competition? How you gonna be in competition?" Or like I was like, "Maybe you need some garlic."
There's nothing.
Yeah, like why would you be in competition instead of like asking for some help or something? It's like,
Right.
hey, what I'm saying? So she was just like, "Oh, I made you some spaghetti," and she put so much to. She put a whole big old thing of tomato paste in the spaghetti. and it says like some sticky spaghetti is stuck together. And she was just like, I think now in hindsight, it made me think like, did she just do this just to be bogus or just to do it? You know what I'm saying? It's just that's what it seemed like because I was like, I didn't know nobody could cook this bad. And then want to be in competition with somebody that can cook. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so yeah, so everything was like a lot of things became a competition. Like she's like, oh, I can drive better than you. I can do this better than you. I'm like, so like it was like what is the whole point? Oh, I can dress better than you. I'm like, oh, I got most shoes. She has a shoe collection, and she's like, I'm like, you do, but I have a car collection. So my hobby's a little bit worse than yours. So like you have a shoe collection. I mean, that's good. And you know, a lot of things. It's like, why you want to be a competition when you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's just like just arguments. Every concert, like we go to a concert, we go out to dinner, we go to the soul food spot. It's a problem. Somehow it's a problem. Like she just find a problem. You know, it makes it so bad. It seems, you know what it started to seem like? It seemed like she would want to do these things and then find a problem after it was done. And it's like she just got what she it makes it so bad. I almost feel like being used because it's like, oh, she got what she wanted. She got some dinner, got some sex, got some, you know, some gas in the truck, you know, whatever. And now it's like, yeah. Sometimes either before, sometimes even before. So it's like now you think about this, like sometimes it was an argument before we go somewhere, was an argument after we go somewhere. And this went on for longer than I wanted. Very longer than I wanted. Right. It was, I mean, after about I guess around like July, it was literally something wrong every I would say every time I see it, but it won't be that, but it felt like that. It was times where I, you know, spend the night at her place and I'd be ready to go home. Like I just can't. I spend the night at her place and I'd be like, I'd lie to her. I'd make up something like, yeah, I got to help my guy. He need me help me paint his kitchen. Just make up any excuse like I'm going to leave, but then she'll call all day. It seemed like it was times where like she didn't want me around, but then she'd call me all day, and this kind of like threw me for a mind screw. It's kind of like what do you want? And
Control.
they're like, okay, so I like the way you put that control. Like I know it, but it's like if you want control, like I'll be here, but you got to be, you know, you got to be smooth with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm older, so I'm older than her a little bit, so you know, I didn't done this before. I don't take no mess. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. The reason why I try to give a lot of the benefit of the doubt, I know in my head because you know she says she want to help, and from her childhood, for her child explained to me, is yeah, I feel real bad for what she went through, like really bad, and I still feel bad for her to be honest with you, because I feel bad of what she go through now. But yeah, it's just like it wouldn't no matter what I do, no matter what I cook, no matter what date you have planned. Now before we were together, it was cool. Like that, none of this. None of this. Well, maybe talking about we didn't really argue, we just had a spat over some with a restaurant or something where the tables or something, you know, whatever. That was nothing. But after that, it was anything. Oh, I don't like this cologne you bought. What I mean, you know, I don't like this. I don't like that. You know.
So let me ask you this.
Mm.
How did all of this make you feel while you were in the relationship and it just kept getting worse, or it was just steady at this rate? Nothing was really changing. You couldn't get through to her. You know, you're always trying to be the bigger person. You're walking on eggshells. You keep
that's what my friends used to tell me. Like, well, you don't have to walk on eggshells like crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what it felt like because it felt like I couldn't do. You know, when I think about it now, it's like, you know, it's like I was always walking on eggshells, and like what I explained to you is like sometimes you know you couldn't wait to see us. You know, couldn't wait to see her. We're gonna do some fun stuff. You know, we're gonna do something fun. We're gonna kick it today or whatever. You know, we're gonna have a good time, or we're gonna, you know, fly to Atlanta for the weekend, go see some friends, or either drive to Detroit. You know, it was fun things, but then every time we get to the place, there's a problem. So it's like the anticipation until the failure. It's like, oh man, it's like now we're to go back home. Like I drove out to Detroit. I just want to I just want to drive back home by my damn self, or either I just did this. Or, it was always eggshells. It was always it was a mix. It was mixed emotions, you know. So I can't say it was always that. You know, it's hard to put a finger on exactly, but it was like, yeah, always on eggshells. Like it was certain times, like I get to her house and she's like, "You spending the night?" I'm like, "No, I'm going home." Because I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. She's like, "Well, you want me to come with you?" I'm like, "No, I got to get up early or something, you know, whatever." Because remember, she's still at me at therapy yet. She still wants to talk to people and she still wants to do this and that, you know. So yeah, like it was yeah, eggshells, just always feeling anxious, like sometime I dreaded going over there. It's like, oh, can you pick me up some things from Walmart? So now I got to go all the way from Walmart by my house to go all the way here, and there's something wrong. Oh, you didn't get the toilet paper, the Senate toilet paper. Like I didn't know nothing about it. I was like, you know, or you didn't get the big paper towel rolls, like the big, huge bounty rolls. And it's like, I'm like, look, you got some. I did the best I could, or is it? But it's always a problem after that. Always a problem. Even it seemed like it just never mattered. Never mattered.
Did this make you doubt yourself, or did it break your confidence or self-esteem in any kind of?
No, no, it just, you know what? It did a little bit now that it's over, but it did. I never really doubt myself, but I think I mostly felt sorry for her, and I wanted to work because I already put in like a lot of time and energy.
Okay.
Well, I put in more time and energy than other, but for some reason with this one here, I don't know what drew me into actually to give the amount of time and energy to her
Mhm.
that I wanted to make it work. Probably because it wasn't even that long. Like, I mean, she's talking about getting therapy a few
Right.
weeks after we getting together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I really wanted to kind of work because she, you know, she kind of matched a little bit, you know, probably because it's what I, you know, want or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot within such a short period of time. So, um,
Mhm.
at what point did the relationship start dwindling down or come to a complete stop?
Well, the dwindle down, the dwindling down, it felt like it was dwindling down from almost the beginning. No, maybe not. I might be being a little critical about it, but yeah, that's what it felt
Yeah.
like from the beginning. Yeah, but so let's just say, I don't know, middle of July. I just always she wanted to get in business with me because she wanted to make some extra money. So now we got our finances kind of mixed in with each other,
Mm.
and that was man, that was a whole can of worms right there. That was a whole can of worms, yeah. So she wanted to, okay, she made good money at her job, but for some reason she don't want to work. I don't get it. Like you do, like you know, you only work 3 days a week and you make incredibly good money, but you don't even want to work those 3 days a week.
She exhibit a lot of jealousy towards you about, other friends and other girls. And
Yeah, and she's friends with him too. That's what's the tripped out part about it.
so how did all that jealousy affect you?
Like she would do things that I would look at her and be like, now you complain about me doing something, you know, you're a little flirty, but you know, I ain't tripping.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
What is a little flirty?
Yeah, a little flirty, like, okay, it was a co-ed group of guys and girls. I'm like, whatever, you know, we out having fun. We had some, we had some you know, step in place or some dancing place. We had a little bar where we all go out to. So she danced. I'm like, you dance with the guy. I don't care. But don't get mad when I'm dancing. You know, when I dance with somebody else, but it's just chilling.
Oh,
And that's what some of my female friends is. Just like Mitchell. Every time it's like we can't even come around you when she around no more. So you know, she always on you when we come around, but she be dancing with Troy and all them other people. And I'm like, yeah, it's whatever, you
mm,
know. But that didn't really. I think her. I don't really get insecure, but just I with what she said, what I can't do, and you're gonna go actually do something. That would make me feel kind of I think that's what hurts some right there. Because it's like now you seem like you're trying to play me as a fool or something, but it's like you sit up there, you will have a whole argument about me conversating with someone, or a whole argument with me singing or dancing with someone, but you do the same thing and more is a problem. But then there was other stuff. We would go to the bar and we would go to the bar and I talked to the bartender for like 10 seconds. I was asking how she make a drink because I got some of the stuff at home. And she was just like, I don't understand why you're giving her more attention than you're giving me. I'm like, I just asked her how she make this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, for some reason, my Long Island's at home ain't like these. Like these are fine. She just told me, she's like, oh, I'll write it down for you. She's like, you use this, use from. I was like, all right, cool, thanks, I appreciate it. And she was like, I don't know why you're giving up more attention to me. I'm like, I'm sitting up here. We're at this little stepping club. You sitting up here. I'm dancing with you. I'm drinking with you. I'm all on you. But then you get mad when I am. Or you know, I talked to one of the guys in the band. They had like live band. I was just like, and I play music. So, and I was asking about some guitar stuff, talked to her for like 2 minutes. And I'm just like, she's like, you give everybody more attention than you give me. I'm like, what are you talking about? I had on one of your videos on my TV, and I think I had it on pause. Ooh, that didn't go well. But it wasn't, that's why I said I think she actually watched them. I
Right.
come, yeah. So I think we grabbed some food. I'm back in my spot and turn on TV, and I had you on pause when you was I forgot what video. It was a good video, and I don't even remember watching the rest of it. She turns on the TV. She was like, "Who's this bitch?" Yeah, because it had the video, and I'm like, why she got to be all that? Like, like she, I'm
Oh,
just like,
no narcissists like me, honey. None of them.
here's the thing. Why? I mean, you couldn't say nothing. You couldn't say shit else. You couldn't say like, well, what you watching or who's it? Use the first thing was like, who's this bitch? I'm like,
That's
yikes.
sad.
Right. She was like, oh, she dark skinned like me. I know you like it. I was like, what?
Oh, Jesus.
So it literally it literally got like that. And then like the time, it was just plenty of times she was just act like a child. Like, you know, it's like it seemed like things was fun when they were fun, but it seemed like she couldn't turn off the fun when it was supposed to. Like, we'd be at a restaurant. This is what things was kind of funny. I'll give you some funny. So we'd be at a restaurant and she would just bust out singing and dancing out of nowhere, yeah. And you look at her, you be like, you know, what the hell is going on? And then just like you could just see it's something building up. It seemed like when the fun is gone, it's kind of like I need to create some drama.
I need something. I need something to keep me going. That's a narcissist.
Really? Yeah, that's what's crazy.
They get bored easily. That's why they jump from relationships to relationships. That's why nothing satisfies them. That's why there's no pleasing this type of a person.
Yeah,
That's
it doesn't matter. It didn't matter what I buy, the clothes I spent. You know, I didn't do too much. So I'm dating someone. You know, I try to treat. You know, I try to treat people good. Nothing you can do.
yeah.
That the Beyonce concert is just like everything. Beyonce concert. Nah, know how much them tickets cost, right, man? That was something. And she went with all her friends, so it's like 500,000 people downtown at this damn place. It was so packed, and I didn't go. I had to drive there to get her, and she complained because we didn't get home till like 2 in the morning. But there's literally nothing you can do when the concert let out. So she just like plane is like I had to walk three folks. She had to where they let the concert out, they had to walk like 4 blocks. And she was like, I don't want to have to walk and all stuff. Like, there's no way I could have picked you up. So I was like, well, did you enjoy the concert? She's like, no, I didn't. It's like she's seen the concert 4 times. I was like, well, why the hell you keep going? You know what I'm saying? She was like, it was born to me. So like, wait a minute, you hyped all this up and you didn't even enjoy yourself. She's like, she sung the same song. It's just always something like you had all this whole cowboy thing. You bought special clothes. You had all your friends. You had everybody do this, and you was like, and you bored. And it's like when we went to the Drake concert. We did all this to get there, took pictures. Then the Drake come on. You bored. You finding a problem. You go do this. You go out to a nice dinner. We dress up. We don't dress up. Or we go somewhere. Then it's a problem. Sometimes a problem before. Sometimes a problem during, but most time it's that then a problem. All the waitress looking at you. I'm like, I don't care. Like I didn't pay attention to it. Then it's either a problem or jealousy, or get me to do something, to say something to make to either say something to me to make me kind of say something back to her to start an argument. Yeah, that's why, so, but then all this time, he's always talking about therapy and never happened. She got a new job, all went for my insurance to kick in and get a therapist. I'm like, I don't give a shit how much it costs. Let's just get you some help. Like,
Just think about it. If you care that much about yourself and the person that you're hurting, why all these damn excuses? If I follow up with all of that and say, well, I'm going to get help. I want to get help and I'm going to get help. I know as a narcissist, they know that telling you that is enough for you to say, okay, there's some hope. Okay, we can get through this.
yeah,
Okay, she's not that bad.
Yeah.
And then you find yourself in the relationship 6 months, 7 months, 8 years, 20 years. That's how it happens. That victim playing mindset.
Like my first one I had never knew what was wrong. And, I thought because I thought it was a lesson. I thought God was trying to make me go through the first one to know how to handle this one. But I guess, it still ended the same damn way. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know if it was that's why I really figured, like, people's like, well, why are you staying with us? Like, because I know inside of my mind, I got an idea inside of my mind what she's going through. And I know the things that's happening. And so I've seen this before. So I'm not just going to just walk away quick. I tried so many things. I tried so much. And it was literally like that spirit. I give you a quick rundown of this real quick. The spirit had her, just drinking a lot, like drink, just drink. And she weighed like 140 pounds, just can drink like 3 men can drink. Right? You're like, man, it seemed like she's doing things was doing things that almost like, I wouldn't say it's something else controlling her, but it seemed like she was doing things that hurt herself. She'd be running red lights, just like reckless, especially when she was drinking.
How did all of this come to an end for you, or for you guys, or where are you at now?
We was kind of sketchy in parts where you could feel things start going away, like don't call as much, or don't text right back. And I was like, oh, here we go with this. There was times first she used to call so many times a day that I didn't want to answer the phone to her not calling for 3 days. Or 2 days, or maybe 2 days, or just a text, or good morning, or where you at, or I'm out with, now you out with other friends. Now you're not out with our friends. Okay, cool. She was like, we said a week before this, like, we got some stuff to talk about and all this other stuff, and going to get help and therapy or whatever the case may be. And she was just like, yeah, I'm still gonna go get help, but I want to see other people. And I'm like, whatever. I'm like, so like, what you trying to say? And like, she was like, oh, I still want to see you too. And yeah, that look right there. Yeah, that look right there. So, and I look, I'm just like, and, and so I'm just like, so I'm like, I asked, I was like, so I pretty much asked, so I'm like, when you say you want to see other people, do you mean you want to sleep with other people also? Just try to talk. She was like, well, if I see other people, I want to sleep with them, but I still want to continue to sleep with you too.
Wow.
Just saying the most, right? Just, F this, all, like, no, just sit down and talk to me. One, you've been drinking, so I ain't gonna let you drive us. So just sit up and talk to me for me. So she was just like, you know what? She literally, let me tell you, she literally looked at me, and I'm not saying her eyes went a different color, but her eyes almost bulged out her head. Like, she was so mad at me. It looked like she wanted to kill me. I was like, she's ready to punch me. I was like, what you trying to do? You want to kill me or something? She's like, no, and then so she had 911 on the phone the whole time. So I hear the operator on her truck. And I was like, are you seriously calling the police? And she's like, yeah, I don't feel safe with you. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, so the 911 operator was like, well, does he have a gun? Does he have a weapon? She's like, no, I don't have he doesn't have a weapon. I got a weapon, and I'm afraid he's going to use it. He's going to take it from me. And I was like, I don't believe you just told him that. Now, mind you, good thing is I live next door to the police station pretty much, and they kind of know me. So they listen to this. So pretty much after that, all the cops swarmed to my house. Like 6 police swarmed to my house, talking about like, oh, is there a weapon involved in this? You gotta go. And so she's sitting up here standing on top of her car, on top of her truck, talking about when the police were like, don't hurt him. And they was just like, They was just like, they come with me, they come get me, grab me. So now I'm sitting, long story super short, because it's like end up sitting on the ground, sitting in the grass in handcuffs in the rain in my own driveway.
Wow.
And I'm just looking like, I don't understand how the hell I got here.
Wow.
I really don't. And then that's the last now we have the same group of friends. So she hasn't text or call. Um yeah, that was a that's here's the thing. That was I was gonna say that's just that really does like really hurt because I did what I could and I don't know what got into her to make her do something like that and even say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I was saying her. I think that's what really was the most hurtful thing. And because I did put in some effort and try to help out, but
Yeah.
yeah, so that was the final discard. So that right there, with her to do that, it seemed like she wanted the police to come do something to me because she couldn't do it herself. And I was just like, I looked at her, I'm like, girl, it's almost like she a punk. That's what it felt like. Like, what are you doing this for? So yeah, so now she employed, I call it employed, hired some of my friends to be flying monkeys. And I'm just like, how did she even do that?
I knew that was coming in the beginning when you kept talking about how your friends are her friends and all of that. I'm like, wow, this
Yeah. So now some of them are flying monkeys and they knew me longer.
real classic case of narcissism, man. She set you up from the beginning,
Yeah, and I'm just like, but here's the
triangulating you with friends and everything. That's crazy.
everything. He's like, it looked like she was destroying herself.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, I tried to, help because and I feel bad that it felt like one, I didn't do a good job. Was this something I missed or is it something I didn't say? Or I should have just made her go get help. I thought about all of it, you know what I'm saying? So, and it now just feel like I said earlier, like it feel like if something happened to her, I would feel so bad.
Yeah. The pain of leaving them and moving forward, for sure.
Yeah, that's the most painful. That's what makes it real painful because I don't know. I mean, hopefully she go out and do better, best, good things for herself. Or hope she gets help. I doubt it, but
Yeah.
uh, yeah, I don't know. It's just I just don't. I just have even when I was with her, I always had a bad feeling. So
Yeah.
I don't know, and especially the drink and she don't do drugs, but she does like weed or whatever. But it's like the drink and doing random stuff. She like it's stuff I can tell you. She like randomly lose her gun, leave her gun somewhere, just like doing just off the wall stuff, and it's like it's just so reckless, and it's just I don't see it good. I mean I don't see it good, but hopefully that's something I'm wrong with. Hopefully she be all right.
I really applaud you for, being vulnerable and sharing your story in this time because like I said in the beginning, a lot of men don't take the initiative to share. So I do want to thank you for
Yeah, appreciate it.
sharing that survivor story with us today.
I
Um,
appreciate it. Thank you.
well, there you guys have it, man. A crazy, very in-depth story about how this man survived a narcissistic female in his life. Man, survivor, we wish you all the best in your healing journey. Thank you again for this story. You guys make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you guys on another episode of Surviving Narcissism with your girl, Mommy So True. All right, guys, later.